guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. Today I'm here with my second hashtag Harry Make Me Up winner. Her name's Anne-Reed and she's absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to do a Kourtney Kardashian inspired makeup look, including some of the makeup from the Kardashian beauty range. So I hope you enjoy the look. So the first thing I'm going to use on lovely Anne-Reed's skin is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, because she's got gorgeous skin already, so we don't want to give her too much makeup. And I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to do a Kourtney Kardashian makeup tutorial, as I really like the way her makeup, especially at the moment, just has like a really nice modern finish. So I'm using the shade 50, and I'm just going to even out the skin tone using an RMK foundation brush. So I'm starting in the centre, and I'm just going to work it outwards in small circular motions. Who's your favourite Kardashian, Anne-Reed? Do you have a favourite?
Probably Chloe.
Yeah, I think Chloe, like everyone's loving Chloe
Yeah.
at the minute. I think she also has very awesome makeup, but I think Kourtney, her style as well.
Yeah.
I like Kourtney's style.
Yeah, Kourtney and her outfits, but
She's got
Chloe
really
has
good
sass.
outfits. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good description. So then on Anne-Reed's eyelids, I'm going to use a bit of the Stay Don't Stray by Benefit. And what I really like now is that they've changed the way the applicator is. It comes with more of like a doe foot applicator. And also this kind of leaves like a nice matte finish on the lid. So if you just close for Anne-Reed. So I'm going to pop this on, and I'm just going to use my finger just to blend that over the eyelid, just to smooth it out, ready for eyeshadow application. So I'm just going to give Anne-Reed's brows a little groom. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Anastasia brow palette and just use a little bit of that. Again, Anne-Reed's got amazing brows, so there's not a lot of work for me to do here, but I think for a Chloe brow, she has it fairly full, but still quite a slim brow. So I'm just going to take a MAC 266, and on Anne-Reed's brows, I'm going to take a little bit of ash brown. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of that. And if I need to go a bit warmer, I might mix a little bit of medium brown as well, just to get a nice kind of dark ashy shade. And I'm just going to fill a little bit, but keep following Anne-Reed's natural shape as well. So I'm just going a little bit higher into the arch. So I'm just using super small amounts now, just with the medium brown, which is that little bit lighter, just for the inner parts. And I'm just kind of feathering through individual hairs so it doesn't get too blocky towards the front part of the brow. So I'm very excited to try on camera, guys, some of the Kardashian beauty products. And I've actually got here Kourtney's Kardazzle, which is, it's quite a good idea actually. It's kind of like 8 eyeshadows, and it's quite a good mix of like really wearable and then more kind of fun evening tones. And then if you pull out this bottom drawer, you get like a blusher, kind of a highlighter, and then more of like a glowy highlighter as well, all in one palette. And these are quite affordable actually. I found them at one of my local shops back where my parents live, and you can also order them online. So as always, all the links will be below. But I'm going to start with, I think, the more highlighty shades. So this kind of neutral ice gold, and I'm just going to put that on the inner part of the eye. And I find these blend really, really well and actually last very good as well. I've been trying them out on myself quite a bit recently. And I've had a lot of fun with these products. I think they're really, really good. I'm going to blend that out a little bit into the first part of the inner corner. And we're going to add some of the browns. And I think what she's been doing at the minute, which is really nice, is lots of kind of neutrally shades with like hints of kind of plums, or, you know, really slight lavenders. Or she'll wear like a really nice red lip. And then I'm going to take a petite crease brush by Zoeva, and I'm going to go in with this really beautiful kind of rich brown, which I think is one of those colours really that suits everyone. It's just really, really complimentary. And I'm just going to lift the lid. And there's not a lot of drop down or fall down actually with these eyeshadows, which is another reason I really like them. So I'm just taking this pretty much to about the socket and ever so slightly over on Anne-Reed's eyelids. And I'm doing the shape almost a little bit winged, so it just pulls the eyes out a little bit, because we're going to add some lashes later as well. And then taking a MAC 217, I'm just going to start buffing that line out. And then we're using a little bit of the gold and the brown mixed together. I'm going to take that nearer that inner corner now. So if you close me, Anne-Reed. So I'm going to take that a little bit more, just to blend it in with the browns. And just keep blending backwards and forwards. I'm going to take a little bit of that under the eye as well, just a little bit. Just with a petite crease brush with that brown, because I think Chloe, often when I see her eyes, it's more kind of top heavy, which I quite like. So I'm just using a little bit for definition on the lower lash line. And again, you can kind of flick that upwards to meet the kind of winged out part of the eye. And using the icy highlight kind of underneath the yellow will just make the yellow seem even brighter. And it makes the kind of gold pop a little bit more as well. So I'm going to take a bit of the Kardashian Beauty High IQ. I think this is in Starry Brown as well. These are really great. I find these almost similar to kind of like a gel pencil within a crayon. So they're great for definition, great for making the lash line really defined. So if I turn you that way a little bit for me, darling, and close. So I'm going to take that all along the bottom lash line. And we're going to buff the eyeshadow over this as well. But I just find this really long lasting actually. And it's kind of like a little bit of a shimmery, sparkly brown. So I'm going a little bit thicker on the outside corner. I'm going to smudge that in a bit, and I'm actually going to go back to that brown shade that we used earlier as well, just to help really buff that in. So it stays soft, but the lash line's that little bit darker now. So I'm going to use Benefit Rollerlash for the eyelashes. Anne-Marie already has amazing eyelashes as well, very jealous. So I'm going to use a little bit of this on the bottom lashes, and I'm going to use this on the top before I add some falsies. So if you just look up for me, Anne-Marie. So I find this is quite a nice one for separating actually as well, especially on the bottom lashes. It's quite a good shape brush all the way to the tip so that they blend in nicely with the falsies. So just one coat of mascara, and then it's time to go with some falsies. And I was looking at kind of Kourtney Kardashian's lashes, and I think sometimes she does go with individuals, but I feel because this is quite a fun, maybe like a party look or an evening look, I'm going to use some of the Tanya Burr Girls Night Out lashes. So they're quite a full lash, but they've still got like an invisible band, so they're very comfortable to wear. So first of all, I'm just going to place it kind of in the middle of Anne-Marie's lash. So I'm just going to let it sit. You've still got time to play with it and move it about. If you find it really tricky, you can use some of the Saharienne lash tweezers, which I do like, but because these are quite heavy and quite big, I actually find it easier just to kind of push it right towards the lash while you've still got time to move it around. And you want to tuck your inside corner in as much as you can and just really pull it down towards the roots of the lash. So we've put the lashes on, guys. Like I said, you kind of go from short to long, so it really helps emphasise that nice feline eye shape. I'm not going to go in with any other eyeliner because I don't want to start to look too dramatic. I want to keep the focus on the fluttery lashes and the nice elongated corners. So for concealer on Anne-Marie, I'm going to use a bit of the Retoucher Conceal and Treat Stick by Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm going to use this one first, and I'm going to use a small fluffy brush. Going to use a MAC 22, I think this is a 224, but it's rubbed off. So if you just look up for me, Anne-Marie, so I'm going to take this under the eye. And obviously the Kardashians do love their highlighting. I'm not going to go super crazy, but we are going to give a nice bright under eye effect. So I'm using this just to highlight a little bit under the eye. And again, have a few clean brushes to hand so you can make sure your blend stays nice and even. Taking it a little bit into that inner part of the eye, so that bit there really pops. So now we've got the concealer on, again I'm going to add a really subtle amount of contour because I want the look to be more bronzy rather than anything else. But I've got this really lovely palette by Stila, it's like a cream contour. This is just in medium tone, and it's a Shape and Shade Custom Colour Duo. So I'm going to use a little bit of the contour on this, but again I'm going to use it very subtly because I think this is how to make it look really nice and soft. So I'm going to take the Zoeva, the Face Shape brush, and using a bit of the deeper shade, just going to follow along the hollows of Anne-Marie's gorgeous cheekbones. So again, I always think if you follow from like the top of the ear downwards, you don't want to go too close to the lips. Keep your foundation brush to hand as well, and then you can just blend any edges out with your foundation brush. But it wouldn't be a Kardashian video without a little bit of contouring, so. So then I'm going to take a bit of Nars Translucent Crystal just to set that a little bit but keep it glowy looking. So I'm going to take an artist brush, and I'm just going to take that, especially kind of in the middle of the face. That's where you kind of want to knock the shine back a little bit. So for bronzer, I'm going to use one by YSL, which I really love on olive to darker skin tones. This is in Tierre Saharienne. Again, my pronunciation is really bad. You guys should know this by now. So I'm going to take a Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush, and I'm just going to warm up the skin. I think Kourtney always has that lovely kind of bronze feeling going on. So I'm kind of going over the apples, but I'm using quite big sweeping motions rather than making it super defined or more about a contour. So I'm just taking it through the hairline, a little bit over the cheeks, even a little bit over the nose. It's lovely on you, this bronzer. It's so pretty. So then I'm going to take a bit of the Max Factor Cream Puff Blush, and this is in Gorgeous Berries, which will just look super lovely on Anne-Marie. So, and again, I find Kourtney Kardashian does give, you know, a little bit of a pink flush within her bronze look. So I'm just taking that a little bit higher on the cheeks and through the cheeks ever so slightly. So there's a little bit of colour coming through. And just turn to me, Jane. Just a little bit higher up on the cheek. So for lips on Kourtney again, I'm going to go with more of a kind of neutral Kourtney look. So I'm going to use Laura Mercier lip pencil, and this is in Natural Lips, which is more of a kind of like brownie nude tone, but it's going to look really lovely with the bronzers. If you turn this way for me, Tanya. So I'm just going to start adding a little bit of shape to the lip. And I'm using this kind of in the corners of the lips to contour a little bit. So I'm just giving it a more rounded shape. And I'm just adding a little bit more of the lip pencil in the corners. So now I'm going to take a little bit of Whole Lot of Honey by Clinique, and this is one of their Chubby sticks, which is really nice and balmy. And I'm just going to take this all over Amrit's lips, just so they look nice and full, but the attention is much more on the eyes than the lips. Okay.
That feels really nice.
They're lovely. I use these all the time in my kit. They're so good. So the final product I'm going to use on Gorgeous Amrit is a little bit of the Loumanizer. This is quite a new find for me, guys. Actually, I put it on my blog recently, so I'll link the link below. And I'm going to use a Shuimura Goat brush in like a fan brush shape, just to give a super soft highlight just on the cheekbones. And I don't want it too full on. I just want to add that little bit of definition and sheen to the cheekbones. But I really love this highlighter, guys. I think it's a really, really good, you were saying you've got it as well, haven't you, Amrit? And it's really long lasting. So pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of that just down the centre of the nose, a little bit on top of the lips. And so that's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Your Kourtney Kardashian inspired makeup. If you're going to try the look out, make sure you at me and at Harry Makes It Up. And I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.